oh, that makes a little bit, right? A little bit sense. So you enjoy a little bit more what are you reading?
And so just trying to read the Bible by myself and understand it.
Yeah. It's not easy, but when you read the Bible, you cannot only read it. You need like to study the Bible.
Yeah.
You know, in my house, if you go to my house, I have a huge library. I have so many books because each book I use it for different things, for definition, for what I can find this, what I can find that, because we want to know Him.
Yeah.
You know, but it's good that you're here, and that's very very good. So the first song that we're gonna sing is "My King Forever," and since I started going to church when I was 14, He has been my king. You know, Ken asked a few minutes ago that who came to the church because they were scared because they told you that if you don't accept Jesus or whatever, you're going to hell. I didn't have that experience. My experience was a very nice one, a very beautiful one when I was 14 years old. But I hear a lot of people that happened. And they come to church because, you know, they're going to hell, and then when they start hearing other things, they say, oh, so that was a lie, so I can do whatever I want. And they go from one side
To the other.
to the other side because they doesn't know the King. They just hear wrong things. So let's sing My King Forever. Facebook, we don't have the right for the music.
You gave your life for mine. Into the cross you crucified. All my sin and shame, it was washed by your
The next one is great hope, great God. And my hope is in Him. You know, when bad things happen to our lives, because that happened, people think that because you're a Christian and you're in church, nothing bad is going to happen to you. Nah, that's a lie. Okay? Bad things are going to happen to you. But my hope is that my great God is going to take control of my life completely in every situation. As I said yesterday, I received a letter from the Social Security telling me that now I need to pay for my Medicare Plan B because my insurance stopped paying it.
Yeah, I thought I could hear something.
So I was like, at the beginning when I read that, I was like, okay, what I'm gonna do now? In July, my check is gonna be $500 short because I called it
They gave you too
the
much.
Social Security. No, apparently the person who was paying my Medicare Plan B stopped paying it, so now I need to pay it.
Okay, so they're gonna pay, they stop paying you for your medical care.
Yes.
You lost your Part B.
Yes. So at the beginning I said, okay, now what I'm gonna do? But then I said, hello, where is my faith? If I'm gonna be short, God needs to do something.
You have to get on the insurance. I've been there.
God is gonna do something, believe me. I'm not gonna worry anymore. Now, I have that moment at that point, but then I said, no. I talk about faith, and where's my faith? Where's my faith? I have a great God, and my hope is great also. So let's sing great hope and great God.
Looking for rivers when the desert is right where you are. And while I'm waiting for wonders you're holding mine. Lord, when the light isn't here yet, and it's so hard to find where you are, I'll hold on to you while you teach me to see in the dark. This is my great hope. You are a great God, pouring out great love over me. This is my great hope. God, you are faithful, and what you have been, you will always be. You are my joy in the journey. You are always my reason to sing, turning the ashes to beauty. Oh, you redeeming everything. This is my great hope. You are a great God, pouring out great love over me.
question will be answered in time. All of us here, at one point or another, maybe even now, we're going through a situation that we're questioning God, why? When I found out that we were losing 4 of our church members in one fell swoop, that threw me off. Is that water? That totally threw me off. Excuse me. Thank you. And this is me. I started thinking, what now? What's going to happen now? Besides losing the 4, there's other situations that I'm stressing about. And I'm like, God, when is it going to end? You got to give me a break. Let me catch some air. And nope, no air catching. Just keep going. And I remember back in basic training, we were facing our 24-mile ruck march to end training. And I remember we were all apprehensive. I was 16 years old. I was freaked out. I did not have the build that a lot of my buddies in the platoon had. I was a runner. I was a sprinter, so I had big legs but small upper frame. And we had to do it with a rucksack and our M16. And I remember that night I had CQ, and Drill Sergeant Washington came by. And we started talking. And I mentioned to him that I was concerned about the ruck march. And he told me something that to this day is applicable to any type of situation. Because he told me, Torres, the problem is that you're thinking about the 24 miles. You can't think about the 24 miles. You have to think about putting one foot in front of the other. When you concentrate on your steps, on putting one foot in front of the other, before you know it, the end is there. Many times we go through life and we want immediate answers, like we were talking about in Bible study. We want to know, why is this happening? Why are things going this way? Why is it that, things aren't working out for us? Why is it that we're like the gypsies? Pick up your church and go somewhere else. Why is it that we have to start over all over again? Why? Why did we lose 4 in one fell swoop? And all these questions come. And they, I went to the VA this morning at 7:30 in the morning. I was like exhausted. And I was telling the doctor there about my lungs trying to kill me. He goes, what do you mean? I said, well, I went to urgent care and they told me that my lungs are sensitive to whatever's in the air, and that my breathing passages will close themselves off in order to protect my lungs. So my lungs are trying to kill me. She laughs and she says, "No, Mr. Torres, they're not trying to kill you, they're trying to protect you." I said, "Well, when you can't draw a full breath, yeah, it feels like they're trying to kill you." And we joked and laughed about it, because that's how morbid we are. We'll laugh and joke about it. But she said, "Okay, this is what we're going to do." She gave me a treatment plan, Then they did an EKG. My EKG came up normal, so now they're going to send me for an echocardiogram and stress test. And today they took an chest x-ray and said, "Oh, yeah, by the way, yeah, your heart is overgrown." It's whatever they call it. It's bigger than it should be. Enlarged. And my sister, I called my sister at work, and we're talking, and she starts laughing. "Oh, that's how I know you have a lot of people that you love. You need a big heart to deal with all of them." I'm like, okay. No, not the same thing, but it was a nice thought. If it does work if it works that way. I don't know why all this is happening to me. I don't know why what happened with us losing 4, why that happened. I don't know why is it that we're working hard towards getting a building and it's proving difficult. And one of the first verses that we read about in Bible study was about perseverance and endurance. And you gotta take a picture of me to send it to Junior wearing the shirt. And I remember when my sister gave me the shirt from my cousin, which is this shirt. Y'all know I don't wear shirts like this. My wife knows, my daughter knows I don't wear shirts like this. I like solid colors. But notice, and he told my sister to tell him not to give up. But notice what the shirt says on the back. Waymaker, promise keeper. God, in His own way, was letting me know, hey, you're not in this alone. Keep going. What does that look like? I have no idea. Because, to tell you the truth, I am scared. Petrified. But we're going to keep moving. One foot in front of the other. Because the Bible tells us in the book of Galatians chapter 6 verse 9, "Let us not get tired of doing good, for we will reap at the proper time if we don't give up." That's another verse y'all could have picked for the homework. But all the ones you got were really good. A lot of people, because of circumstance, because of people, get tired of doing the right thing. A lot of people will say, well, it's not worth it. Look at the world how it is. Look at how messed up people are. Today, I don't think my wife was seeing it. She put a program on TV and started looking at it. And the topic of the program was mothers that kill their children. Every mother there was young. And we rack our brains how to get them. I'm working now with the Veterans Treatment Court over at the courthouse every other Friday, and I got to talking with my buddy Khalil. He's one of the counselors over at the Vet Center, because we see the same people, and I'm like, and they keep doing the same thing that they were there for. I don't know if you know how a Veterans Treatment Court works. If you get arrested for DUI, DWI, domestic abuse or whatever, and you're a veteran, they give you the option of going to Veterans Court. You have to complete the program, which is 3 months. And once you complete the program, the felonies are gone from your record. They never existed. Sounds great, right?
Yes, I don't do it again.
Do you know how many of them don't stick to the rules, to what they're told to do?
Probably, part of them.
99%.
Not 99. We have, I've seen a couple of success stories, but yeah, like 50%. And all they have to do is, have call their probation officer, have a drug testing every once in a while and whatnot, and go to AA meetings, go, counseling and whatnot. That's all they have to. And the thing is that the court will provide them with the resources. Before they leave the court, they have the resources right there. A lot of them don't. And Khalil and me were like, I was like, Khalil, man, are these kids dumb or what? And they're not only kids. Last week there was a gentleman there with 25 years in the Air Force, older than me. And alcohol's not his friend, but he was going to celebrate his brother's retirement over at Sam Houston at Lackland. The judge told him, let me tell you this, there's going to be booze there. She said, I'm going to give you permission to go. I could stop you, but I'm going to give you permission to go because it's your brother. And he promised there, I hope he sticks to his promises, that he was not going to drink and whatnot. But the thing is that many of the things that we go through, not all of them, but many of the things that we go through are direct consequences of actions we have taken. And if you think God's going to take away consequences, He's not. All the things that happen in our lives are because we need to learn something and we need to grow. But the Bible says in the book of Jeremiah, it says that my plans are not your plans and your plans are not my plans. You don't know. We want answers for everything that's going crazy in our lives. Sometimes there isn't an answer. But in spite of everything that's going in our lives, in spite of the lack of answers, we can't just shirk our responsibility or the calling that we have upon our lives to be holy and be different. When there's a story in the Bible, Paul is praying and he has a vision. It was the church of Macedonia asking him to go by Macedonia and pray with them. Preacher, why should we care about that? We should care because when we are in need and we ask the Lord what's going on, what's going to happen in our lives, how we're going to deal with it and whatnot, the Lord will provide an answer. And He will send help. See, the thing is that many times we want help to come according to what we want it to be. I would like for somebody to walk through that door and to the doors of the chapel, say, Pastor Torres, the Lord touched me, and here's the keys to a new building.
Amen.
That's what I would like to see. Because I know God has done it. So I'm like, why not us? Do it with us. But as the days keep dragging on, I start to think, get into my own head. Is this really what the Lord called me to do? Am I doing the right thing? Maybe I should just quit. And then something like what my cousin did happens. Something like what Joanne said happens. I'm so glad God didn't let you die because He knew we needed you. There's lots of questions. To each and every question, there is an answer. But we got to go to the one that has the answer.
Nobody can tell you that.
We have to go to the one who has the answer. When we go to Him, He will reveal that answer at its appointed time. Because He doesn't like secrecy. But if there's a hill that we must climb in order for us to go to the next level, and He reveals, this is what I have for you. Okay, imagine, you ever remember the story of Joseph, right? That became ruler of Egypt. What happened to Joseph before he became ruler of Egypt?
He was sold to be slave.
His brothers.
Brothers.
Yep, his brothers. They were jealous of him. They beat him, threw him in a pit, so he would die. One of the brothers felt bad, went back to the pit, pulled him out, and sold him as a slave. He goes to Egypt. He's working great as the butler of a general. The general's wife wanted to go to bed with him. He said no. She said yes. He said no. She said yes and grabbed his coat. So he left his coat with her and ran away. At that point, he was accused of raping her. Spent a whole bunch of years in jail for something he didn't do. In the middle of that, while he's in jail, two of the king's servants have a dream and he interprets them. One was killed, the other was released. And he asked the one that was released, remember when you're outside, remember me. Years went by. He's still in jail. He's still in jail, but then the day came. The Pharaoh had a dream that nobody could interpret. Not his wizards, not his scribes, not his intelligent people. Nobody could. And then the guy that had been helped and gotten out of the prison, he remembers, oh, in jail we had this guy could interpret dreams. Pharaoh asked, really? Bring him to me. So they take Joseph over to the Pharaoh. He tells him the interpretation. You know the story. 7 good years, 7 bad years. And Joseph, after going through all the bad that he went through, at the end was over everything. The third most powerful man in Egypt. Third. And he was an Egyptian. And the reason why it worked out that way for so many years was so that when there was famine in the land, you know, the 7 skinny cows, he had developed a plan to gather food while everything was good from the bad years. And once those years came by, he was all able to provide not only for the people of Egypt, not only for the surrounding nations, but he was also able to save his family, the very ones that sold them into slavery. So, whatever you're going through, don't lose faith. Whatever you're going through, don't lose sight of what is important. Whatever you're going through, don't give up. You can have all the questions you want. You're allowed to. But just remain patient. Endure. Persevere. Don't give up until the answer comes. Because one day the answer is going to come. And if we stick it out to the end, we will see what the hand of God has for us. He wants good for us, not bad. And if we're faithful to Him, we will get to see it in the land of the living. God bless.